This conference will now be recorded.
All right, all right. I do know that all of y'all are getting on the road and are having excuse me, trainees with y'all. So we're gonna kind of get this going and try to get a little bit early so y'all can get to y'all's job on time. Appreciate y'all hopping on this morning. One thing just kind of wanted to start off with is excuse me, I was making sure I was silencing my phones, fellas. One thing I want to start off this morning was talking about the team meeting. Obviously, we're going to be having our team meeting coming up on the 12th. Victor is not going to be in attendance to that meeting. He will be on PTO. So Brian and Carrie obviously going to definitely need y'all's help getting ready for that and making sure that we are getting everything going. And as far as we will go over the meeting deck, Victor, obviously we want you to go over the meeting deck with us the next week before the meeting and solidify some stuff up there before the meeting. And if you have anything that you would like us to talk about during the meeting on your behalf, please, get with us, get with me and let us know that exactly what you would like us to cover for you while you're out. So I will definitely be getting more details out on the team meeting so that we can get ready for that. So 2 weeks from yesterday is when that's going to be happening on the 12th. I will send that calendar invite out to everybody. I already have the blocks in place for the team. So the blocks are there, but I will get the calendar invite sent out. Next thing, guys, is 2 weeks ago from today, in fact, we all got together in Louisiana and had our conversations and things like that, and went over our leadership expectations. And one thing that I've noticed is since we've had that meeting, there's been a lot more communication on the Zinc board, and I do appreciate that a lot. We are, as a leadership group, talking a lot more, asking a lot more questions, and that's great, right? Because that's what's going to help us grow as a leadership team is communicating at a higher level. One thing during that meeting is we talked about recaps and things like that. I know I've been working on getting a lot better at getting recaps out. One thing that I haven't seen is a whole lot of recaps coming from y'all and the conversations that you're having with the team. Carrie, you've gotten your recaps as far as your training going on and things like that, and I appreciate that. But what kind of conversations have y'all been hearing from the team? What kind of things have y'all been hearing that maybe I don't know about that I need to know about? Is there anything going on that that I haven't heard about or I need to know about?
Not from my end. The only thing, was the Manny deal, and we took care of that. So that's the only thing I got.
Okay, Brian or Victor?
I really don't got anything on that either. I mean, yeah, we probably could add some more, but I'm not gonna. Or are you guys expecting us to recap every single conversation we had with every single person we talked to? Probably not. So, we talked to a lot of the guys about non-work related stuff. So that's just more or less what it's been lately. So I'm not necessarily going to recap that and send it up to you guys. It's kind of irrelevant when it comes to work related stuff.
So you haven't been having any conversations with guys about their performance, about their scorecard, about what they can do, how you can help them, things like that?
Not in the last couple of weeks because I've had John with me the whole time. So I've been working with him more than anything.
Okay. All right. And I understand that you have John with you and you're training. And, again, we appreciate you stepping up and, helping train our new guys joining the team. We just want to make sure that, as far as when it comes to talking about performance, talking about how guys are doing, things like that, that when we're having those conversations, we just want to make sure that we're recapping those, right? And if we're setting, an example or, talking to them, that way we can get back to perfect example, say someone is calling you all the time to just get answers and not really not really looking to find the answer themselves like they should be. And we want to have that conversation. Hey, I understand that you're calling me, you're trying to get your job done, things like that. But you also have to realize that there are avenues that you can take to get the answers that you're looking for. And that's stuff like that. We want to make sure that we're recapping that and letting them know, hey, we're seeing a lot of phone calls, and you asking questions a lot, but you're not diving in and wanting to find the answers. You're just wanting the answers to be given to you. So we want to make sure stuff like that is getting recapped. Now, obviously, those personal conversations, things like that, stuff about not at work. Yeah, I'm not expecting you to recap those, but definitely when it comes to work and we're helping the team grow and they're asking questions and things like that, we want to make sure that we're recapping those and staying on top of that, so that honestly, we can kind of hold them accountable. Hey, we talked about this and I told you, hey, this is where you can find, the information that you're looking for, and you still have called me, multiple times trying to get answers and not doing that. As well as I know that y'all are training. I want to make sure that y'all's phones aren't ringing off the hook, 1,000 times a day, and people just calling and asking questions on how to fix things, stuff like that. I want to make sure that y'all are dedicated to making sure that the new guys are being trained and trained in an efficient way, right? And you're not getting bombarded by phone calls all day. So if we do have guys calling us and asking questions, just trying to get answers right quick, we need to, as leaders, understand that we're not being good leaders if we're just giving them the answer every time they call. We have to have them find the answer sometimes for themselves. We have a vast, library per se of SOPs at our fingertips, and a lot of guys just don't want to take the time to look that information up. They find it easier to just call somebody and get the answer. Us as leaders, if we're just giving them the answer, we're not doing our job correctly. We have to let them know, hey, use the SOPs. Use what you have. And I do forget, I know y'all kind of have a little running joke of Patrick's old saying, I forget what it is, that he used to tell everybody. But we want to make sure that, we're helping them grow, and by telling them, hey, you can find that in an SOP. If they're calling and they're asking, hey, how do I fix this? As a leadership group, we have to ask them, okay, where in the SOP are you? What step are you on? And if they're honestly going through the SOPs, they should be able to instantly tell us what step they're on. And we should be able to understand and be able to tell if they're just lying to us, saying, oh, I'm on step 3. Okay, what does step 3 say? Ask questions, push a little bit more. I know that it sometimes gets uncomfortable to push, and it's easier to just give the answers, but guys, we can't. We have to be able to push our guys to better themselves and better ourselves. Does everybody kind of understand that? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understand.
Understood.
Okay. And guys, it's part of leadership, right? We have to be able to lead, and we're growing as a leadership team. And like I said, I want to make sure that we're not just growing ourselves, but we're helping our teammates grow as well. And that's just going to be part of us helping them. Another thing that I want to talk about is following up. Perfect example yesterday. I asked the leadership group to follow up with me on when everybody had completed their driver eligibility, and just to make sure all the squads had completed it and everybody was done. I didn't receive anything from any one of y'all saying that your squad was done and complete. Now, I did dive in and check everybody, and I started calling around everybody last night about 5, 6 o'clock that we had talked to yesterday at the FSL to make sure that they were done. But again, I'd ask y'all to make sure to follow up and post that each one of y'all squads and everybody was complete. And nobody here posted that. Nobody said that their squad was complete. We have to make sure that stuff like that is going on. Again, same thing with inventory reconciles. We've fallen away from that, guys. Are we 100% sure right now that everybody on the team completed a reconcile yesterday?
Everyone on my squad is 100% complete in driver and recons. I just forgot to post it yesterday.
Brian?
Yeah, we're good on recons, and like I said, I just kind of care. I just forgot to say something about the driver policy as well, so it's my bad.
That's something we have to remember, guys. That's especially when it comes to recons, that's a weekly thing. That should be in all of our minds on Wednesdays. Everybody should be completing a recon. Everybody should be posted on the Team Zinc board. And I need y'all to let me know once everyone is completed. That way we can keep track of how that's happening and what's going on, right? One thing that we ran into or that we've seen in the past is guys not doing the recons, guys forgetting it, guys doing it at 10, 11 o'clock at night. And we know darn well that they're doing it off the clock, which is not good. And we also know that they're probably at 10, 11 o'clock at night not doing their full recon. They're just probably running through it quickly just to get it over with to say that they got it done on Wednesday. And we want to build the habit of it being done no later than, or I'm sorry, before they clock out for end of day on Wednesdays. We want to make sure that that is completed. So we have to make sure that we're following up and asking these guys. Victor, is everybody on your squad complete on both of those tasks?
Yes, they are.
Okay. See what's going on here, guys. It's now Thursday morning, and I'm still asking because it didn't happen. That would just be one simple task, that we know that happens every Wednesday morning. I mean, every Wednesday evening. Before we get done, everybody should complete their recon and be able to get that knocked out. And then all of us should be posting recon complete. Excuse me. Besides that, guys, I know that like I said, we're working and we're changing a lot of things, right? We have to start changing our mindset on this stuff if we're going to grow as a leadership team. I ask all of us to dive in. I sent out a couple of different teams, team expectations. Have y'all been able to dive into those and take a look and read all of those and see what's going on there?
I've looked at them, but some of them are pretty lengthy, so I haven't thoroughly read through all of it, to be honest. But I can making some time, obviously, in the next day or four to make that happen.
Okay. Carrie?
Yeah, I read through the first two, the Adrenaline, and I don't even know who the other one was because they didn't put their team name on it. But and then I kind of skimmed through.
I believe that one was Jose's.
All right. They're kind of the same, but the Adrenaline was real good, very detailed. I mean, we had something like that, I thought, at one time, but maybe I've just seen it shared or something, or maybe Tommy sent it out. I don't know, but yeah, the Adrenaline was, like I said, pretty good. That's the only one I read all the way through. Like I said, I looked through Eric's. They're kind of similar, but each have their own individual things per their FSM, but I thought it was pretty good.
Okay. Victor? Victor, are you there?
Victor just texted and said he's probably about to lose signal because where he's driving, he doesn't have much signal, so you might have lost him.
Okay. We are recording this, so I will make sure that I get the recording out. But yeah, guys, as far as the the expectations for the team, we need to work together to get those knocked out. So if y'all could compile y'all's list of what y'all think would work, we will be getting those compiled and building our own team expectations. I know that I've been reading through them. Eric's is fairly lengthy, which, you know, that's Eric. He's usually pretty lengthy on his stuff, and he's very detailed, which is good. I'm not saying that we don't have to use that we have to use all of them. I'm not saying that we have to use any of them. Those were sent out as a reference for us to look through and kind of collaborate off of. If we use some of them, you know, from Eric, from Jose, from Adrenaline, that's great. But I mean, we want to make sure that we're building a team expectations for what'll work for us, guys. And we don't want to, you know, be lax on it, of course. So I think that each one of those that I sent out, I read through them, and I think that all three of them are great. There's different, you know, qualities about each one, like y'all said. We just want to make sure that we're getting those together and building it, you know, so that we can have that for our team, right? And everybody understand and have a set in stone expectation of what needs to happen. That way, we can all be in the same boat, per se, so that we understand this is what needs to happen. If it's not met, if this expectation is not met for any reason, then there's a consequence for that, right? We don't want to have to go to that, but we have to have expectations for each and everything that we do. Just like we built our expectations for ourselves as a leadership group, right? We expect each other in the leadership group to adhere to those expectations. Just like if we have a whole team expectation, we expect everybody on the team to go by those expectations as well. So we need to get those compiled. We need to get them together, and we need to get that out to the team. We don't want to wait, and we don't want to drag our feet on it. We have to get this done, guys. So please get those into me as soon as we can, so that we can get those together. Anybody got any questions on that?
No, I'd just say there's no. I mean, I say we can copy and paste a bunch of those because in some instances there's no reason to reinvent the wheel when it's already right in front of you. So I mean, I would, you know, obviously word some of the stuff and put some of the stuff you said to fit our team, but I mean, a lot of it's already right there for you. You know, if play XYZ works, why change it up?
No, you're absolutely right. And that's exactly why I put those out to y'all, you know, because if we sat back and we all collaborated and built our own, they would be pretty much the exact same. That's as the three that, you know, everybody has seen, right? So yeah, moving them around a little bit, changing some wording, stuff like that. Yeah. But that's what we do as leaders, right? The three FSMs that, you know, we all shared expectations, and Team Invictus didn't have any expectations to share with the other FSMs because we don't have any right now. And that's part of the reason we're building them, so that we can start growing, right? So working together, copy paste, yeah, absolutely. You know, some of them will be perfect, will work for our team, absolutely. Some of them may not. Some of them may we may need to change completely, you know, whatever. So we just got to make sure that each one of y'all are compiling y'all's list of what y'all think would work best. And obviously I'm doing the same. And we're going to come together and say, okay, here it is, final, set in stone. This is our team expectations. Let's get this sent out to the team. Brian, do you have anything on that?
I'll have it to you by Saturday night.
All right, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Besides that, guys, as a leadership group, we know that we need to grow. We know that there's a lot of changes happening. So I appreciate everything that's going on. We still need to be able to push each other. Y'all have been pushing me. I appreciate it. It's helping me grow. I've been spending a lot of time, excuse me, doing recaps, things like that. I've been finishing up I did finish up our inventory audits for the month. I was lax on that. I did not finish them on time. We are asked to have those done by the 15th of every month, and I did not. That did not happen. I'm setting a game plan and going to be booking out next month so that I can get those inventory audits completed before the 15th. I still have 2 more OJAs to complete for this month, which I will be completing once a day. I'll be going up to Texarkana and doing an OJA with Manny. And then tomorrow I'm going to be going out to Shreveport and doing an OJA and finishing up with Eric Saunders. Excuse me. That is kind of what I got going on right now. Finishing up the month. Another expectation that I'm changing up is, and I'm going to put out to the whole team, is the scorecard, right, guys? I understand that everybody on the team loves to see the detailed scorecard, and I kind of went away from that for a while and sending that out. And part of that is it's a good time-consuming process to actually build that whole scorecard. It takes a good 30 to 45 minutes to do that. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot of work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change up the way that I'm doing things as far as the scorecard. I'm going to be sending out, little clips, kind of like I did this morning. I'll be sending those out on Zinc periodically, 1 or 2 a week at the and then every other Wednesday on replenishment day, I will send out a full detailed scorecard, like I have in the past. But we want to make sure that we're also getting that out to the team, which I will. I'll send that out to the whole team and let them know that's what's going to be going on, so that the scorecard is being sent out more and we see what's going on and things like that. So that's just one small change that I'm making. I will be getting that scorecard sent out every other week, full detailed scorecard, and sending, clips and things like that periodically through Zinc. Does everybody kind of agree with that, understand that?
Hey, sorry, I was on the phone with Cody. He tried to call both of you guys, I guess, but he wouldn't say got an accident, but somebody cut him off and he's saying on his break, so he was just letting somebody know as well. So just a heads up. So I just missed the whole last 3 minutes of what we were talking about.
Okay, what I'm talking about is well, number one, on the Cody thing, everything, he's good, right? He's safe, and he didn't get into no accident or nothing.
Yeah, no injuries, no accident. He's all good. He just wanted to let somebody know.
Okay. I haven't gotten an email that he hit his brakes too hard, so that's him being proactive, which I appreciate that. I hope that you told him that, hey, thank you for being proactive.
Yeah, I told him right then and there. Like I said, he tried to call Victor and you, I guess, but obviously we're all on the call. So, I mean,
Correct.
It works.
Okay. So, yeah. So glad to hear that everything's fine there. On that, we were talking about, excuse me, we were talking about the scorecard and me getting it out to the team. I'm going to be sending out a full scorecard every 2 weeks on replenishment Wednesdays. But as far as, other times like that, I'm going to be just sending out clips, kind of like I did this morning on Zinc, just kind of showing where we're at. When I send those out, those little clips asking, hey, can we get the whole scorecard or can we get more details? Guys, there's a reason that I'm not sending out all the details right at that moment. That's why I'm giving y'all a little, giving the whole team a little, hey, here's a clip. This is where we're at. This, you can see what you need to work on. So I will be sending that full thing out every other Wednesday. That you understand that, Brian?
Yeah, that's fine. Is that something we're going to put out to the team? And you might have said that before, like, so the team knows what to expect. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be putting that out to the whole team. And following up on that and making sure that I get that out to them. Besides that, guys, I know that y'all are with new hires, things like that. I just wanted to kind of ask y'all, Carrie, I know there's a couple things that y'all want to talk about this afternoon. And we can definitely do that if we need to set up a call, or we can do it through email. That's fine. Besides that, guys, Brian, is there anything that you want to kind of go over?
Not off the top of my head, besides this whole Louisiana license thing. I mean, it's asking obviously for a payment for a retest. So do I just need to email licensing to get that going or what?
Payment for a retest because you failed it last night.
Yep.
I'm not too sure on that. We can email into licensing and find out exactly. I'm not too sure on payment for the retest on that.
When I talked to Lionel, when he failed his, he said that the lady emailed him or he emailed her, and you get the retake is free, but to take a third one, you have to pay for it. That's just what he was told. Obviously, he never got to retake it, but they had said that they would send him up with the second one, and the third one you had to pay for.
Okay, awesome. Let's verify that with licensing. Let's send them an email, make sure that we're all attached, and verify that with them, and see exactly the avenue that we need to take to accomplish that.
Derek, you send that. You find out what the requirements are for the licensing for the city and state that we manage, and that way we know that.
Roger that.
But other than that, yeah, if we could do like a call this afternoon, I don't care if Brown wants to get on there or not. Maybe just set up a Zinc one or something. If we can include Victor at a time where we can all get on there just to kind of go over our trainees and see where they're at. And
No, absolutely. That's fine with me. We can set one up. It looks, everybody should be done about 6 o'clock today. It looks like.
I have a meeting, personal meeting, at 6:15. It shouldn't take but about 30 minutes. But
You're breaking up, Gary. You're breaking up pretty bad, Gary.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just saying, I have a personal meeting at 6:15, 30 minutes. I can definitely do it before that or after about 6:45. I know it's kind of out of everybody's time frame, but
I will send an email to everybody, or actually just on the Zinc group, and kind of ask, because we want to make sure that everybody's able to jump on, that is willing to jump on and can jump on. I don't have a problem with that. Tommy or Eric, I know that y'all would love to be on that. Would y'all mind jumping on at that time? Do y'all have anything going on?
If I can make it, I'll make it.
Well, say that again. I'm sorry, you broke up.
We're trying to get a little call together to talk about new hires and stuff like that this evening about 6:30, 6:45.
Yeah, I'm Gucci. I'll be there.
Okay. Carrie, if you're good with that, I'll send out an invite here in just a few moments on our calendars, and we'll set that up, and we can just do a go to meeting, or that'll be fine, or a Zinc meeting, whichever y'all prefer.
all right, yeah. For me, 6:45 works best, but I'll try to grab 6:30, but like I say, it'll be tight. So
Okay. Well, let's do 6:45 then. I'll send out a calendar invite. If Brian, if you want to jump on, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm good for it. I'll keep my phone by me. So anytime I'll be ready.
Okay, cool. And we'll check with Victor, and see if he's good with jumping on then. Besides that, I'll get that sent out. So obviously Tommy and Eric are on. I was gonna, kind of open up the floor, see if y'all had anything for us. See if y'all had anything to go over.
Yeah, I'll just say, for those of you that are still on, you guys are doing a good job with making some changes to or adjustments, I'll say, to some of the things that are going on within the team. Obviously, there's a lot that's changing right now, a lot of moving pieces. We've got schedules changing. We have employees that are being disciplined. We have employees being terminated. We have some moves in leadership. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I appreciate that you all rolling with these changes in a good, solid way. You know, there are some things that, you know, will still be needing to be increased as we move forward in this process, and that's where we're going. There are a lot of changes that are being made with Derek as well. You know, continue to hold him accountable, hold yourselves accountable, hold each other accountable. And you know, if you have any questions, as you all are doing, continue to ask the questions, continue to push for things that you see that aren't right, that need to be adjusted, and be extremely open-minded as well in the conversations that we all have with each other. This is it's going to be an uncomfortable process, and it's going to be something that's going to stretch each and every single one of us. It's going to be some stuff that's probably going to piss each other off a little bit. It's going to be part of the process. This is where we're going and where we're moving. But you know, overall, we're going to grow stronger together as long as everybody stays all in on it. We don't want to, you know, be doing anything that can hinder the growth and development of each other, and just requiring for all of us to do more, you know, as it stands, not just outward, but inward as well. You know, look at yourselves and see the things that you could be doing better. Find ways for just about anything, you know, as a leader, anything to be your fault. And, you know, you will, you know, be able to see a positive outcome that can be reached, you know, in any type of challenge or whatever we have that we're facing. Anything that we can't make happen, you know, we'll look for ways to make it happen. Anything that we just absolutely can't do, we'll take it as for what it is, and we'll keep on rolling. But if you guys have things that you need to talk to me about at all, continue to do so. If you have questions, continue to do so. To ask those questions until we get the answers. But we'll continue with this process. I appreciate you all and your recaps that you're putting together. You know, as Derek did say, I would, you know, just try to be more mindful when it comes to if you're speaking to people about processes or giving them advice on things like that, and anything in the realm that should be covered and documented to say, hey, we at least had this talk. It doesn't have to be some, you know, 2 or 3 paragraph recap. It could be something short as well. Please use, you know, kind of a unified theme to your email titles for them, so they can be easily searched. You know, just use recap that person's name and date. If you want to use something like that, very simple, but you know, anything where you do have some individuals calling, you're giving them some advice on some things, helping them through them. You know, short recap will do. I appreciate, you know, the ones that you all have been sending, and you know, Carrie, the recaps you've been sending on training have been very detailed, so I appreciate that. And you know, just voicing your concerns as far as with Maurice. We will definitely be diving into the training process for all of the new hires as well. Because we need much more communication all around. It's not just on you all's end from what you're doing with them throughout the week, but just overall the expectations, everything. So we'll be hammering down on that. But I appreciate what you guys are doing. Be safe and be great out there. Let me know if you got any questions or comments for me.
I got
Thank you.
something that's kind of like a way off side note. I know we talked about it a little bit about this team outing. I wanted to present this to you guys, Tommy and Eric as well. Carrie and I have a customer that owns his own business, and he laser engraves like Yeti cups. And we asked about it, I mean, a year ago, probably when we met the guy. And Carrie and I have kind of been in contact with him ever since then, just with, you know, Vivint related things and on. But he wants to present some ideas to like us as a company and see if he can, I mean, maybe make a deal with, you know, maybe even the marketing team or anything. So I have some samples of some cups, and I think it'd be kind of cool if once we get this name figured out, you know, he can get us a great deal, you know, $5, $10, $15 on some of these Yeti cups that are, you know, 20, 30 ounces, you know, for all the guys on the team, and kind of just maybe be a pilot for that, and then maybe present that up from there. But I just wanted to see if you guys would be willing to do that for us as a team. Like I said, get with him, he'll get us a good deal, and kind of go from there. Like, hey, this guy makes this for our team. Maybe we could kind of branch it out from there. So just want to see what you guys think about that.
I don't think that will be a problem. I'm just gonna say you confused me because you started with talking about a team outing and then you didn't say anything about no outing. So I was interested in hearing about that. But
Oh,
absolutely.
sorry. It was part of the thing, like just doing something, give back to the team. That's what it was kind of tied into.
Okay, well, I want an outing, man. I ain't talking about no swag. Y'all was talking about that a year ago, bro. No, we can't do that for real, man. I've used other people that that do things. The only thing we have to do with that, as far as anybody that makes stuff like that, is we do just have to run it through the marketing team. That everything has to be per Vivint specs, colors, font, all of that stuff. So it really won't matter as far as who we use for stuff. It's just as long as they're 100% compliant with what the marketing specs have to be. And if there are, in some cases, Vivint might have deals with certain companies or whatever, so they will check through that. But other than that, that would be fine for us to do. But yeah, I'm more concerned about actually getting an outing together than just the swag. Because like I said, that was something y'all was big on last year and wanted. That's cool. We can do the swag and the cups and all of that stuff. But let's put together some thoughts and get something together where everybody can actually bond. Because that's where the big problem lies within the team that we're trying to fix, is the chemistry and the bond.
Oh, I agree. Like you said, it was all somewhat tied together. Like I said, I think it would be neat to have that. Like I said, just hey, who gave you that cup? Oh, I got it from work, or whatever. So I think that'll help out with that too. But
Yep.
definitely shoot some more ideas about the outing and everything. Like I said, I just wanted to bring it up and see what you guys thought, because he's been asking me for a year. I just haven't really done much with it. And he knows the specs and he works with other businesses. And so he knows, like, obviously our color orange is hard to find, and he wants the code. And I don't know. He keeps asking me, but like I don't know the answer. So,
Yeah.
but besides all that, like I say, yeah, I think definitely we need to shoot some ideas out there and just black and white make this outing happen like ASAP if we can.
Yep. Yeah. The whole cups and stuff, that's too easy. So we don't have to necessarily even worry about that one. We can that's an option that can and will be explored. So I'll say that. So that one is out of the way. We got that. All we got to do is get what we're trying to get and get it over to marketing and see what we can get approved for. That's a done deal. The one that's not a done deal is what we got to focus on now. So yes to the answer to the cups. On to the next one.
All right. So about the outing, is there a budget that we need to work with? Because there's not really
Yeah.
much to do in East Texas. So what are we looking at for there?
Y'all get me ideas first, and then we'll talk budget. This is like playing poker here. I ain't about to give y'all the whole hand. I want y'all to get started on something first. So I don't care what the ideas are. Don't sit there and be outlandish and be like, okay, well, you don't care what ideas. We want to go skydiving. Like, be responsible and mature business like about it. But just get some ideas going. Like, that's the main thing. We're sitting on our
Skydiving's cool.
hands.
We all got insurance. That's probably cheaper than going to Dave and Buster's and Top Golf. I'm just saying.
It's probably not. So I've done it. So, and I know how much it costs. It's not. So yeah, let's get any ideas going as far as what would be something good for the team, and let's start to get that portion going more than, hey, well, what the limits and all of that stuff. I just want to get the creative juices going of you guys talking and communicating and coming up with some ideas and going in that realm, and then we'll taper off into what the budget can be, because the budget might change. I might be able to make a case and get something bigger approved, but let's get the ideas going first.
Roger that.
On that note, guys, as far as the team outing, I sent an email out about it the other day. I have not received anything from y'all. Obviously, we're talking about it right now. Let's make sure that those ideas get to me no later than tomorrow, end of day. And that way we can present them to Tommy and get this working and get this rolling, because the sooner we can get it a plan together, the sooner we can start making some choices and decisions, and the sooner we can have this actually happen. So if y'all could get those to me no later than end of day tomorrow, that way we can get them out to Tommy. That'd be great. Mr. White, you have anything, sir?
Nah, I'm just soaking things in, trying to see how things are running, how things are going, what's been said. So I am listening. I am paying attention and taking notes and stuff. Uh, Maybe on the next call I'll have a little bit more to say, but for right now, from my end, I know Kerry and Victor sent me invites. I know Brian is working to figure out his schedule, but just from my end, as far as showing you guys the things that we talked about prior, I just want to make sure you guys know that I'm taking this very seriously. I hope you guys are as well, in the understanding of hey, you want to grow, you want to develop, you're gonna have to put your time in, you're gonna have to sacrifice some of your personal time. That's what the guys on my team do. That's what we do when we want to develop. And so, of course, yes, it's gonna eat into your personal time. I'm willing to eat into my personal time to help you guys, but it's got to be a two-way street. So y'all let me know. I know we set up just one date for right now for Kerry and Victor, but I'm down for more than just one time, sooner than later, and as many times as you guys want. As I said, I don't mind coming out to East Texas. I will be coming out to East Texas anyway, to just pop up on everybody and just see how everybody's functioning and working. But I just want you guys to reiterate, this is really important to me that you guys develop and grow. And so, yeah, it's going to take some sacrifice and some time, but I'm down for it if you all are.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody jumping on this morning. I appreciate y'all being involved in the conversations. Thank y'all. Be safe. If you, like I said, I'm going to be out in the field today, be traveling up Texarkana way to do an OJA with Manny. So y'all be safe, guys. Appreciate it. And I just sent the invite for 6:45 this evening. If y'all can and will jump on, appreciate it. Thank y'all.